Stranger Things. Again, another better late than never review, Stranger Things. I think a lot of us have probably already seen Stranger Things, but don't worry if you haven't. I'm not going to give any spoilers here, but I'm definitely going to tell you, yes, you should go see Stranger Things. How good are some of the shows on Netflix now? Netflix is getting so good. It's no wonder TV is dying out. Why would anybody watch TV anymore? Netflix is just so much better. So Stranger Things is a show that is kind of like an evil version of E.T. If The Goonies was written by Stephen King, it would be Stranger Things. I'm sure I'm not the first person who's made those comparisons. So the story revolves around this group of kids where one of their friends goes missing and they decide to investigate. And as they do, they sort of uncover lots of other strange things. There's a shady government agency, there's like weird superpowers, there's like ghouls and goblins. And it's a mystery that kind of unfolds from several different angles as a number of different characters are all investigating this mystery independent of each other, uncovering different elements of it. And of course, they all later in the story come together and compare notes, as it were, to help uncover this mystery. But I've noticed, we as the audience though, that the show knows when to show you something and when not to show you something. Like as this mystery is unfolding, the problem with those kind of stories is they can become a bit frustrating after a while if you don't know what's going on, kind of like Lost. But with Stranger Things, they give us, the audience, glimpses of things that the other characters don't know. So we're able to figure out the mystery earlier, so that keeps you from getting sort of frustrated with the show. There was maybe only like 2 moments in the entire season where I was sort of like shouting at the screen of like, why don't you do this, to like certain characters, and only 2 in a whole season. That's really nothing. That's just the exception, not the rule. And I also really appreciated that in the show, it will deliberately sidestep certain tropes. Like in shows like this, there's certain tropes that we all know, we all expect. You'll see them coming in the show as it's going on, but what it does is they either completely sidestep it or they'll like flip the trope on its head. And it's fantastic. It's so refreshing because all of us have like a part of our brain that's always trying to anticipate what's going to happen. And if we're watching a show and what we think's going to happen does happen, it's just not interesting. Stranger Things understands that. It's so great. It's so great. And I'm actually watching it through a second time now because Stranger Things, this is one of those shows where it has lots of little details that at the time are just sort of off on the sidelines, you don't notice them, but there's so much meaning in all of them. Like the boys at the beginning of the show, they're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons because that's a whole storytelling element, because these boys are basically the nerds, so they're using a lot of like pop culture references to sort of explain stuff in the story. That's another good thing. But this game of D&D they have, it basically is the plot of the whole season of what we're going to see, and it helps you to understand certain elements of the story much more deeper once you understand that and watch it through a second time. And even the season ends with them starting a new game of D&D, which gives us clues about season 2, because yes, they've confirmed it now, there is going to be a season 2. And I gotta say, when I finished season 1, I was pretty happy. I was like, they tied everything up, it was good. But then going on the internet and seeing all these things of all the Easter eggs and all that, I realized even though the story does feel like it's tied up, and it does, like you're satisfied, it still leaves enough elements out there to explore. And having watched some of these videos now with all the Easter eggs and all the hidden stuff, I'm really excited for season 2. I really want to see what they're going to do. There's so many different elements, but I can't spoil it here, so I won't go into it. But yes, highly recommend you check it out on Netflix. This is totally one of those shows that you will binge watch, even if you don't schedule time to binge watch. Like I sat down, figured out, I'll just watch the first episode, see if it's any good. Just one episode before I go to bed, and next thing I know, it's like 3 a.m. So like when you're going to sit down to watch it, make sure it's on the weekend. Like clear your schedule because you'll watch it all the way through. It's hilarious. Again, at the end of, it's not a spoiler, so don't worry, but at the end of the show, when the boys sit down to do Dungeons and Dragons, the conversation they have is kind of like us talking about the show. But they're like, Dungeons and Dragons, it was great fun, but, I want more. And the guy's like, we played for 9 hours. And it's like, of course, season on Netflix is 9 hours. And the other boys are like, but what about this character? What about that character? We want to know what happens to them. And it's the same with us. It's fantastic. Absolutely A triple plus level storytelling. Fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it. And I'll probably also do like a spoiler review of it. And I'll review the show season 2 when it comes out, because it's that good. Okay, so I am Bandit. This is Bandit Incorporated. Until next time. time, I will see you guys in the comments. Welcome guys to my better late than never review of Sausage Party. I saw the movie a couple weeks ago, just been busy making other videos, so I haven't had a chance to do it yet. But I want to talk about it.